Once upon a time, in a quiet village surrounded by green hills, there lived a humble farmer named Hari. He wasn't rich. He didn't own much land or gold. But he had one thing that he loved deeply, a small wooden clock hanging on his wall. That clock had been gifted to him by his late wife. For years it ticked gently through his days and nights, through harvests, storms, and peaceful mornings. To Hari, that clock wasn't just time. It was memory. One morning, as he was cleaning the shelf, the clock slipped from his hands and fell to the floor. The glass cracked. The ticking stopped. Hari's heart sank. He picked it up carefully and whispered, "My dear friend, how will I count my days without your sound?" Hearing the news, the villagers came to comfort him. One of them said, "Bad luck, Hari. That clock was your only treasure." Hari smiled softly and said, "Maybe it's bad, maybe it's not. Who knows what time wants to teach me?" Days passed. Without the ticking sound, the house felt silent, but Hari carried on with his work in the fields. A week later, a heavy storm hit the village. Lightning struck one of the houses nearby, burning everything inside. The villagers were frightened. When the storm stopped, they gathered outside Hari's home. They were shocked to see. His house was completely safe. The lightning had struck every nearby metal object, but not his house. Why? Because his broken clock, the only metal piece in his house, was no longer working, and its small gears had been removed for repair. Everyone said, "You're lucky, Hari. The broken clock saved your home." Hari simply said, "Maybe it's good, maybe it's not. Time reveals the truth in its own way." A few days later, Hari took the clock to a carpenter to fix it. The carpenter replaced the broken glass and carefully restarted the mechanism. Tick, tick, tick. The sound returned. Hari smiled with gratitude. That evening, as he sat listening to the clock again, a poor traveler knocked on his door. The man looked tired and hungry. Hari invited him in, shared his food, and offered him a place to sleep. The traveler noticed the beautiful clock and said, "I can repair clocks for a living. You were lucky it broke. Otherwise, you wouldn't have met me." Hari laughed gently. "Maybe luck, maybe destiny," he said. The next morning, the traveler left behind a small box with new clock tools and a note, "For the man who knows how to trust time." Months passed. Hari began repairing clocks for people in the village. His life slowly changed. He earned respect, peace, and a new purpose. One broken moment had opened the door to a new life. Moral of the story: everything in life has its own time. What seems broken today may be preparing you for something better tomorrow. Just like Hari, don't rush to judge what happens. Don't label events as good or bad too quickly. Sometimes what breaks you also builds you, so stay patient. Trust time, because everything happens for a reason. Time doesn't make mistakes, it teaches.